Show me what you got. Back that up, 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 back Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God. Ain't no reason to back down, so step it up. God, down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God, down, up, back, back, God, down, up, back, back, up, God.
Got the money in the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang, 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 bang. I'm a boss and you know that I'm finna shine. Got the money in the bank. Got the money in the bank. Got the money in the bank. Bank, 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 bank. Got the money in the bank.
Hit you with the 808.
Hit you with the. Hit you with the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang to the
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages, welcome back to the VCT Game Changers Academy April edition. My name is Gremmyz, and joining me once again at the desk is Datum. How are you feeling for today's matches?
Feeling super excited for today. We've got a rematch in our hands, and it's going to be our first time showcasing our first Grand Finals finalist who hasn't dropped a single game to get to this Grand Finals. And I'm really excited because first matchup is going to be NOBEAT versus Krazy Gurls. We did see these two teams absolutely go at it yesterday in the first match of the day, and it was really close with both teams giving it all that they've got. And what I really love about these two teams is that their play styles are completely different, but their level at which they perform is at a steady deadlock. It's very close between these two. So even though Krazy Gurls won yesterday in the upper bracket, I think this can go either way today.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, and especially since yesterday, actually, if you recall, NOBEAT was actually in the lead initially, and Krazy
Yes,
Girls
yes.
they were able to adapt to NOBEAT's playstyle. But this time around, both teams they will have information on how each other plays. So I think we'll be seeing a lot of high level Valorant gameplay today.
Yeah, absolutely. There is one thing though that has changed in the roster of No Beat here. Bujax or Buja X, one of the dedicated duelists here on the side of No Beat, one of the top fraggers in most of their games, is actually subbed out for this game by a player who goes by the name of Santiago, I believe. So that could be a deciding factor, a difference maker here between these two teams. Whether or not the performance of Santiago subs, is on par or even exceeds that of Buja, we won't know because we'll only find out today. However, there are no changes in terms of roster for the Krazy Gurls side. And yesterday, well, they did perform really well, only dropping one game to the grand finalists. And well, it's their playstyle have been really very flexible compared to No Beat. If you remember, No Beat, they like playing the double duelist on most of their compositions, and I don't know if that's going to change with the introduction of Santiago to their roster.
I mean, we will have to see. But before that, let's talk about the prize pool real quick. Or what these teams here are playing for. A total prize pool of 500 USD, breaking it down to first place getting 250 USD, second place with walking away with 150 USD, third place with 70 USD, as well as the fourth place being 30 USD. So these teams, there is a prize at stake here. And I do believe that Krazy Gurls and NOBEAT, they will want to aim for the top. They will want to try their best and get back into the upper bracket, the grand finals, to play against Nikki's Eggs. And speaking of which, this matchup, best of one, let's talk about the map selection, Datum.
Yeah, I believe we are going into split for our best of one lower bracket finals, and I also believe that our players are ready with the agent select screen. So let's get right into it, Graham. Whether or not they're going to be going for the double duelist or not, we'll find out right now. No Beat, they are a team that as we remember, goes for, well, a lot of changes in the roster. They're a very flexible team in their own right, in the sense that anyone can play any role in this roster. Secret being one of those dedicated Reigner players as well. So they definitely will go the double duelist route this time. And no initiator on their side. Instead, it is the double sentinel with Minotaur on the stage, it seems like. Unless Secret fancies the fade here.
I mean, I think she's just trying to make up her mind whether or not she wants to play for more information or whether she wants to go in for those kills. Since Reyna is a very aggressive agent, when you take those kills, you're able to heal back up with the Devourer as well as Dismiss if you want to escape from a fight unscathed. And on the side of Krazy Gurls, though, they have locked in their agents already, and with the Raze and the Breach, I think we'll be seeing a lot of firepower coming in from this team.
Absolutely. A lot of synergy as well, a lot of stopping power for that matter. And speaking of stopping power, both teams actually locking up the stage. This is not something that we see a lot of these days. Well, mostly because we don't see a lot of split we're just seeing split come back or resurge back into the meta. Now, and this is really a refreshing look for me. Both teams going for a raise as well. And despite the fact that Raze recently got a massive hit to the boombot range, Raze definitely, I think, still one of the best, especially if you consider the comps that go into Split. There aren't a lot of information being drawn anyway, so you don't necessarily need that info gathering agent if you've got Raze as a duelist, even though the boombot got nerfed recently. And there we have it. Stage is set here. Grammy, which composition do you like here better? Because honestly, in my opinion, the play style at which, or rather the composition that complements your play style should really make you more comfortable into achieving
Right.
more into these games. But of course, there's always going to be a caveat of which composition accomplishes or have which strengths, right?
Right, that's true. And I think for the side of Nobi, they'll be talking about the defense, which is
Mm.
I despite the changes that have been done to slight map changes that have been done to Split itself, I still believe that it's a pretty defender side of map, and them starting out on the defense. I want to see how they are able to bring out this double duelist composition because, as you mentioned, they don't really have an information gathering agent here. All they have is maybe the Killjoy with her turret, her alarm bot, as well as the Raze boombot, but that's about it. So I really want to see, are they gonna try to fight for the side, or do they want to play this with a retake style?
Yeah, the only difference in the comp here is the breach and the second duelist, that is the Reyna, on Secret's hands. So it's gonna be the quick take. It seems like for Krazy Girls all the way up to B tower, forcing Minotaur out with the aftershock. True Savage here, all the way up from rafters. Paranoia is perfect, but bye only finds one. Crazy Girls get the spike down in B site. Retake starting to commence. Minotaur
Oh,
jumps
flash.
down. The flash is perfect. Santiago with the killjoy. Oh, doesn't get any frags for the moment. 2v4. Retake is really tough. It should not be picking up Santiago. That's Crazy Girls first to strike. They take the pistol.
It was really good utility usage coming in from Crazy Girls. You saw how they used the aftershock to push the Sage all the way back into the city side, the spawn, and she was just unable to do anything at all, and they had to play for the retake. And with this retake, without an initiator, it just means that they have really little information coming into this retake itself. So Crazy Girl is able to pick up the pistol round, gonna be buying into this round itself, but a change up from the strategy of NOBEAT. We saw previously on Ascent, they actually
Force buy.
went in for the force
Yeah.
on the second round, but this time around, things are different.
Oh,
And already, Joe Savage making a way down mid, takes the first pick on Bye Bye Ite with the follow-up onto Bankai as well. Oh, the person so close and left on the side is Santiago. She has to hold on the side with a frenzy, but unfortunately, Joe Savage with the stinger able to take her out, and they're gonna be able to get the spike down.
yeah, just running into the site. Not even stopping Minotaur. Okay, almost gets the frag there, but should not be, of course, with the upgraded weaponry. Secret rocking the silver gun buddy, I believe. Okay, respect. But in the 1v5, I doubt there's gonna be much they can do here in a 1v5 with just a classic. But she's gonna want to fall down here, so she might just want to take the fights, perhaps look for a bit of damage, but nobody's running into her arms, so 2-0. Crazy Girls to just walk into the site with relative ease there. Not a lot of resistance, but as is expected, because it is their gun round after all, just Spectre round. No beats, as you mentioned, did not go for the force by this time. Quite curiously so, which is an interesting thing to say, but not so much so, because there's no beat we're talking about. They like contesting these types of rounds. Seems like now they want to take it a little bit more slowly, adjust to the Gracie Girl playstyle. Unfortunately for them, they didn't find any bit of damage at all. They do have the guns now, so this is gonna be a very slow round in my, or I would expect.
Oh,
Let's see.
I don't know how slow it's gonna be with 4 players.
In
You really want to go in and take these fights just
Yeah.
because of the type of guns that they have. Good in close quarters combat already. The Stinger able to get a weapon upgrade as well. First pick, Santiago falls. That's the Killjoy. No more whole utility left for the side of NOBEAT here, and Bankai and the rest of the team have to go in for this retake. Pain Shells to flush. Shinobi out. That's a great first pick coming in for this retake for NOBEAT. But all four players all playing on this side. Bankai able to find two more, and Secret to follow up as well. The team, what a retake coming in for NOBEAT.
Wow, that's a perfect paranoia from Bye Bye. Because it blinded a couple of players, they were forced to look up from heaven. It left Bankai unchecked. Just literally spraying them down one by one by one. I mean, it was a beautiful entry from Jules Savage here. Look at that flick, but Bankai did exactly the same thing. Except with taking down 3 people, accomplished way more. Got way more space. No beats. Retake was uncontested there, basically. Of course, gotta commend Bye Bye for, or rather, gotta commend 627 for that perfect. Or was it Bye Bye with the perfect paranoia? Now 1-2, Krazy Gurls on their guns. Man, utility usage is just on point here for Krazy Gurls. But now the Sage is really signaling trouble here. They already invested so much into this mid-side take. Barely
Bankai's
pushed
position
forward.
though gets cleared out.
Shut down.
Jules Savage, the one who takes these fights. Minotaur falls as well. And sashling away onto another angle here. Secret though finds the picks, finds the second, going for the third, but unfortunately he will fall to Shunabi. It's gonna be a 3v2 here. Favoring side of Krazy Gurls, and Bye Bye. We've seen her on the flank before. She's been able to do so much damage from this position. She finds the first. Narrows it down to the 2v2. And with Santiago up in heaven, will she be expecting 627's angle?
She will. Santiago. Oh no. Goes down, actually. 1v1! And Bye Bye goes down. Krazy Gurls. Well, it seems like they're playing NOBEAT at their own tempo, and NOBEAT can't keep up. This is what NOBEAT loves to do. They love to rush. They love to take things fast. And Krazy Gurls, they're not letting NOBEAT get that speed, get that tempo. It's instead them forcing them to play this quickly, this early. And they seem to be struggling to keep up for the moment. Look at just how quick, look at just how scrappy this round is. Everyone's just taking fights. At the end of the day, it's still super close. But it's Krazy Gurls' super quick aggression that is just paying off wonders here for them.
They're really living up to their name right now, just going so aggressive, so crazy on the side. Overjoy picks up the counterpart in the form of Santiago. Shinabi good for one as well. Rolling Thunder is online. Oh my god, she just catches the timing. Minotaur able to get a rifle upgrade here. In Secret, getting caught out on this flank. Bankai is there for the trade though. They do have rifle upgrades at hand, and this retake is definitely possible, but they're gonna get stalled by this utility from the Killjoy here. The showstopper to go through, but unfortunately does not connect. Overjoy with the kill, and Ite. Minotaur unfortunately misses her shots. They do not connect, and Ite is the one who cleans up the round for a team.
Fortunately, Minotaur got the upgrade, but didn't get the shots right in. But at least they did fair bit of damage there. Bankai with a beautiful shot on the frenzy. 2 people down. That's not the worst thing in the world. Just around rack up to number 4 here for Krazy Gurls. Couple of ults available on both sides, but the bigger ones at that are definitely on Tsunabi and Overjoy's hands. Rolling Thunder, so it's gunning to be another quick take here, unless... Oh, they don't. Oh, actually they do. Push down mid with a ton of speed again. No ults invested yet. Paint shells right smack in the middle of them, so they're gonna have to back off for now. Paranoia is perfect too. Now they're getting pushed by Bankai X. She's all the way up from the tree, from the plant rather, and she's wreaking havoc from above. She gets Overjoy, and Heaven is very much so contested here into B site. Secret denies that site entry as Bye Bye does so as well. Shunabi is blinded. That's NOBEAT back on the board, 2-4, and just in the nick of time too. Their bank was about to be broken. Good thing they were able to win this round.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was a great adaptation by Minotaur here, changing up the mid wall to favor one that covers on this B Heaven's place in this area instead, and she's able to play on top of this wall to catch an off angle on these players on Krazy Gurls as well. stopping them in their tracks. But this time around, though, as you mentioned, Datum, they do have the key ultimates, the lockdown, as well as the rolling thunder. And I think Nobi, they recognize this. You see them playing off the side.
You should run.
There we go. Great anticipation from NOBEAT. Good read. Last round they didn't pull this. Now that Krazy Gurls have actually less guns, NOBEAT anticipate that they're going to be using the ults, and this is a really, really good start for the round for them. Full-on retake from the shadows coming in just to find a little bit of information. Here we go. Minotaur off to the first touch there. Krazy Gurls are going to have to hold strong with just buckies. Not a lot of weaponry. Smokes are available. 627 has a vandal. Gets cleared. Doesn't get the shot quite in. Okay, good trade. Bucky. Oh, he gets the shot in. Jewel Savage stays alive, but she's the only one here. Can she hold strong? Are they going to push her? Definitely will. Bankai shuts her down. That's NOBEAT back on the board. 3-4 in the retake. Starting to look really good for NOBEAT. That's a really good read from them.
Yeah, definitely. And Minotaur taking out Shunabi right off the bat was crucial in that retake because it just meant they didn't have the Rolling Thunder to stall NOBEAT from coming in from this retake. And just like that, they were able to overwhelm the side. All 5 players on the side of Krazy Gurls, they were playing on the side itself, and they just got overrun by NOBEAT. And coming into this round itself, they are going to be going on an eco. The Stingers in their hands, I think they're gonna be looking for something quick, some fast action here. And once again, NOBEAT, they recognize that Krazy Gurls, they have this Rolling Thunder, they're playing off the side. They just want to go in for this retake.
But it is another perfect read for them. 4 people just outside of B. There it comes out. They are gonna give the site away. We're saving the Rolling Thunder for the retake here. Jewel Savage from hell finds Minotaur from just using the stinger. And here comes Secret. Empress active. Lear comes out. Just a double swing coming in. Bye-bye. Don't need no help. And that is just Krazy Gurls getting cleaned up. NOBEAT. Equalize the score. And they don't even let Krazy Gurls use the Rolling Thunder.
This is a really great adaptation coming out from NOBEAT. They recognize the utility that Krazy Gurls have and they play to it. They just overwhelm the side with this retake. Even though Joe Savage initially got an off angle onto Minotaur here, the rest of the team, Bankai, Bye-bye, able to follow up off the back of that. And it just made this retake so clean.
Yes, exactly. But it still feels like that was a ton of resistance being brought out by Krazy Gurls, even though they don't really have a lot of weaponry in that fight. Timeout comes in moment the score is equalized, and I like this timing from Krazy Gurls. NOBEAT, you can see that they're starting to gain momentum, starting to gain that confidence, and you know that NOBEAT is a team that, well, if they get going, it's really hard to stop them. So this is a really good timeout, really early, but still perfect to perhaps do something or think of something that they could do with the Rolling Thunder and the ults that they have. Besides,
I definitely agree with you.
yeah, besides, it's their time to anticipate what the NOBEAT strat is going to be, because NOBEAT has been reading them really well in the past couple of rounds.
Right. I don't think NOBEAT will make too much of their changes because they do have the lockdown. They can choose to play for this retake.
Yeah.
If Krazy Gurls choose to invest the Rolling Thunder for their side take. And I want to see an adaptation coming in from Krazy Gurls. Will they be able to change up their pace? I think that could be a major thing that they could try and do, but it seems like that's not the case here. All 5 members are already going to be making their way onto the site itself, and Joe Savage wants to go for an aggressive pick. The Rolling Thunder invested off
Perfect.
the back of that plant, and that was a perfect one. In fact, as you mentioned, the resurrection to come through, and they're taking this fight right into the spawn of NOBEAT, and they just get overwhelmed. Last one alive, Minotaur. So much to do. 1v3 situation for her.
Jules and Sonavi just performing at the same frequency. Perfect coordination there. Rolling Thunder into the blast back peak, and Minotaur's got too tall of a task in her hands. That's gonna be Krazy Girls on the board, 5-4. Let's see that one more time. That's such a deep rolling thunder. It's such a deep push from Jules Savage. Unfortunately for her, there's 3 people waiting in the defender side spawn. But after she went down, her team were there for the backup, which meant that this was not gonna be a round that NOBEAT could contest. 5-4, Krazy Girls. What's an adaptation after that just one pause, right? They pushed so deep. But of course, it's still with the same quick push, right? And it worked this time. They didn't necessarily have to change much. Now, no beats. Oh, they're the ones at the eco. Paranoia were used preemptively here. Jules Savage trying to push up one more time in heaven. Crossfire setup, not the best. But there comes the showstopper, denied by 627. Minotaur finds one. Santiago on the board too. Bye-bye. Oh, makes this actually possible with a 2v2.
Last player standing.
The spike dropped in heaven. Santiago, does she expect this? Oh my! Just barely. Almost misses the timing, but able to finish 627. The kill off. Gets a weapon upgrade as well. 1v1 between the Killjoys. Nanos to come through from Overjoy, but Santiago is the one who wins it out for her team. We're back. The 5-5 scoreline. Back to a tie.
Santiago proving to us that she can definitely live up to Buja's footsteps here. What a performance here, the clutch. Remember, only had a Spectre in this round and got a 3k after that upgrade. And no beats. Let's turn things around. Krazy Girls in it for another long haul here. 5-5, and we're getting closer and closer to the second half here. But Grammy, we're still even in terms of score. After this, well, if Krazy Girls doesn't pull out a thrifty here, might be seeing a 6-6 scoreline. Either way, tempo has not changed at all. Krazy Girl not having any weaponry, still pulling out all the stops. Showstopper not hitting its mark, not finding anyone, but they still get the site open.
First blood going away with Nobi though. Krazy Girls with the lower weaponry. They really want to force Nobi to push into them to find these close angles, but I don't think that would be the case. But Ite though, he would pick up one in the form of Minotaur. As this lockdown goes down, Krazy Girls, they have to make a choice. Do they leave or do they stay on the site itself? They're gonna get caught out. 627, the last one alive with a frenzy in her hands. You can find the verse, but can she find anything else? No, Bankai is the one with the classic to take her out. And NOBEAT, you're in the lead now.
Last round.
It's a nice attempt there on the frenzy, but that's just the thing. It's just a frenzy. They can't really find a ton of damage on that, especially from this range. 627 even get a headshot on Bankai. But 6-5, yeah, NOBEAT finally getting the lead here. Krazy Girls back on the weaponry though, so it's still an even game here. Overjoy has got the lockdown. And you talk about ults, NOBEAT doesn't necessarily have any big ults, it's just Minotaurs to resurrect. So Krazy Girls can potentially get the site for free here. Are they gonna pull the bait? No, they won't. It's just, again, looking like another rush here, forcing out the defense from a site. But again, NOBEAT anticipating the lockdown use. They're steering clear of the site, just going for a full-on retake. I wonder how this is gonna go. They don't have the Rolling Thunder or the lockdown.
Seems like it's gonna be a 5v5 retake, but it's from the shadows. Secret spots it though, so 627 has to go back. And Spike plant goes down. Overjoy is the one who finds the first pick. And the swing coming in from Jules Savage. Overjoy, they make things work. This crossfire. So good from them. Secret does find one though. But Jules Savage trades it out and off the back of this fall line. Oh my gosh, she's won. Help.
But I don't think Secret knows. Otherwise, she would just contest this. Okay, she gets the kill. Empress is available. Waiting for the dismissed play, but she got double swung. Krazy Girls equalize. We're back to square one here, Grammy, and I'm loving it. Krazy Girls just trying to set up the tempo, but NOBEAT showing us that they love this beat. They love this type of high adrenaline playstyle. The boots have been filled definitely for Buja here. Santiago definitely performing the clutch of her own. This could still go either way here, Graham. Going into the second half, it is the double duelist this time going at the attacking side. But I doubt that's going to make much of a difference. They could do basically the same thing Crazy Girls were doing earlier, considering it's a double duelist compared to, what, a Breach and a Raze combo. You could argue that's almost the same thing.
I mean, you really could, but it seems like they want to take things a little slower though. I think the difference between the Breach composition and Arena is that the Breach is able to set up Raze for insanely aggressive plays, but on the side of Nobi, they don't really have the luxury of having the Breach to set the players of Nobi up. So they have to play things slower. They don't really have an info initiator to find and gather information as well. So they really have to clear out all these angles that Crazy Girls could be playing in. Overjoy spots the first, takes a shot, falls all the way back. It seems like they're going to be playing for this retake instead. The swarm grenades to come through the site. Gonna go to Nobi here as they get the spike plant down.
It's one flanking member though. I'm not sure if Crazy Girls expect this.
Spike
Coming in
planted.
from ropes now. Oh, they don't expect it. She's making no noise at all. Bye-bye. This could be pivotal here. Santiago finds the first, but they don't even need the flank. No beat. Clean up house. Crazy Girls down to just Jewel Savage. The veteran off the academy team here. Doesn't get this wing quite off yet. Bye-bye. The flank finally emerging from heaven. No beat. Walk off with a pistol. Such a slow, methodic approach. They make it happen. They didn't even need the flank there. They just straight up won the duels.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why they went in for this double duelist composition, right?
True.
They're confident in their aim duels here, and they're able to take the fights, which evidently proven in the pistol round itself. Nobi able to win it out. Once again, back on the lead, but Crazy Girls taking a page out of Nobeat's book
Yeah.
with the force fight coming in. All these stingers. Will they be expecting this is the question.
Oh, such a slow approach.
Oh. Push from Overjoy.
Yeah, she cancels it.
Yeah,
For
it
now.
makes Nobeat look back for a second. It
True.
stalls their approach in executing towards his mid or B side, and they're wary of the A side, you see. They're not as keen to go in on the A side because it just means that they have so many angles to clear, and without an initiator, it's so hard for them to do so. So they set their sights on his B side instead, with 627 holding down the side of a stinger in her hands. Here's the push coming in. Will she be able to catch anything at all? Is the question. Spotted out by Bankai. One help to a name once again. But Ite though catches the lurk from Santiago coming in, able to get a weapon upgrade off the back of that as well.
But barely winning that fight over Joy though. Goes down, secrets, goes for another. The Crazy Girls! Oh no, Ite not watching from behind. That's a forced buy that's gotta sting. Only finding one number 2 makes it even rougher here. And it seems like, to me, it feels like Crazy Girls, they're not adjusting to this tempo well. I mean, when they take the fight to NOBEAT, that's when they shine. But now that NOBEAT is, well, waiting for Crazy Girls to make a mistake, Crazy Girl it feels like they're getting a little bit antsy. Almost looking impatient here. But 6-8, Crazy Girls, remember, after that forced buy, they're not going to be having much this round. And it's time for NOBEAT to strike. It seems like it's a much faster approach here. Paranoia getting set up for this A-side take. There's only one player in sight. Satchel set up on top of the dark covers. Yeah, Bankai opens up the site really easily. 6-7 going down. That's going to be the spike plant thereafter.
Yeah, and with this lower buy, Crazy Girls, they have a lot of work to do. This turret spots out Jewel Savage as well. So they are aware that Airplay is going to be coming in from the CT position. Secret, it's off angle. Unable to find a kill, but does get the Devour. Unfortunately, will eventually fall to Overjoy. And as this retake starts to come in, bye-bye. I don't think they'll be expecting her in this position. She finds first Bankai. Good for one as well as Santiago to clean things up for her team. It was a great round coming in from NOBEAT. You saw that fault line coming through from heaven, right? And the paint shells immediately from Bankai to respond to stop any kind of push from coming through, catch them off guard. What a great play right there.
One enemy remaining.
And this is the one thing that you can see in a series compared to a best of one, right? Yesterday we saw Krazy Gurls win against NOBEAT, but it was also close. Now it's NOBEAT in the lead. When you've gotten that adjustment towards your opponent, when you know how they play, that's when you start to see the consistency, the experience, the composure emerge. So far, NOBEAT edging out on Krazy Gurls in that regard. Looking like almost surely a 4-round lead after this round. Krazy Gurls not really attempting anything unconventional, which is a little bit odd to me. At this point, you would expect them to try and go for something a little bit more aggressive. But no, it's round after round where they aren't even attempting any sort of push or perhaps just an aggressive stack or even anything for that matter. It makes you wonder just how differently things will go this time. And Santiago again puts NOBEAT to the lead. No Minotaur picks up Ite as well. Is that an upgrade? I think that is. As they start to swarm B side, Overjoy got to hold strong here. Okay, she finds the first secret from above. She is looking, but there's too many guns pointed at her. 627
30 seconds.
aware of Santiago's position. 2v3. Krazy Gurls going for the retake.
Spike planted.
That's a very early fault line though.
Yeah.
Coming in from Krazy Gurls. 627 going for this jump peek off the back of that flashpoint. The Lear to come through to deny this retake from coming in, to delay this push. Both these players waiting. Going for this play. 627 with the shrouded step. The dark cover as well. Shinobi is the one who finds the first pick, but time is running low. 627, she has to find this kill here. Secret good for one, and Minotaur able to pick up the kill on the Shinobi as well. Double digits on the board for NOBEAT.
NOBEAT is just so good at taking these fights. Look at this Santiago on a 1v1. And then Secret as well. And again, just so good at finding these trades.
Last player standing.
Such a massive headache here for Krazy Gurls to even deal with. Timeout finally activated on the second half here by Krazy Gurls, so perhaps it's due for them to try something unconventional perhaps, but I'm not sure about the prospects of their eco. I think it's going to be completely broken this time because it was, as far as I remember, Grammy, not the best weaponry for them anyway. A couple of their players holding on to the Spectre, which means that they probably invested everything in that last round. And now they're playing up against double digits. Man, these girls got to be starting to feel the pressure.
I mean, I think pressure is where they shine. You saw just yesterday that comeback onto
True.
NOBEAT themselves.
True.
There is the potential for Krazy Gurls to shine here. And these timeouts actually work really well from them as well. They're able to try and find a strategy, a counter strat to NOBEAT's plays here. But as you mentioned, Datum, with this lower buys, I'm not sure what exactly they can do, especially no ultimates online at that.
I mean, if you think about it, it is the best time to try and be aggressive, right? I mean, not much else to lose anyway, and you've got the bank built up for the next round. Might as well push. There you go. Deep, deep dark covers. Immediately drawing away at Krazy Gurls, playing far off. But they don't really have much tools to push. Joel Savage, though, go down. Should not be fine. Someone else, a straggler here. All the way down in A main. Trading it out perfectly. The frenzy from Overjoy. Okay. It's a pretty good start here. 4v3. You're hearing all of this noise down in mid. Reinforcing down A tower. Perhaps this is the key. This is the meat grinder that they've been looking for. Alarm bot very, very deep into the entrance of B tower as well. So really, NOBEAT's got nowhere else to go.
Yeah, but two of the players on Krazy Gurls, that's a sliver of health. Things could look dangerous if NOBEAT choose to go towards A Heaven instead.
They're both in A Heaven too.
Seems like they're setting the sights towards this B side instead.
30
Triggers
Oh,
the
the
alarm bot.
hotkey. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's going to prove to be massive here. Lear? The charge here for
Oh,
Secret.
no.
She's about to walk straight into 627! And she still gets the kill!
player
Secret!
standing.
You're a monster, but here we go. No beat down to just bye-bye. Lockdown about to detain bye-bye. They know exactly where she is. There's just not enough time, and Krazy Girls on the board with the 50. I told you, Grammy, just a little bit of aggression. They pushed down the smoke, pushed down A main. Make it happen. It worked.
Yeah, it definitely did, and that was a great play coming in from the side of Krazy Girls. But you see this mid-round adaptation coming in from NOBEAT as well. They recognize that there's two players pushing out on the A side, and immediately they try to take space up mid, but unfortunately it does not work out for them here. As this Killjoy coming in from Overjoy, that alarm bot just locks down this B Heaven position, so no matter where they go, they have the information. Overjoy herself is playing in A Heaven, and when you have that alarm bot in B Heaven itself, it's like she's having mid locked down on her own.
Oh, no beats. Thick playbook here. This is the first time, I believe, apart from the pistol, where they're going for a 4-1 split. Bankai again, of course. At entry duty.
You should run.
Lockdown committed already. So rotate's gonna be there for Krazy Girls. Yes, there is. But the same could be said for NOBEAT. Do they hear the footsteps here? Santiago here with Bankai X. Overjoy does hear the footsteps. She pushes at just the right timing. Bye-bye. Go down. From the shadows, TP's in for a bit of information. Doesn't spot out anyone, so this mid-push could still be in the works. Santiago doesn't know. There's two people behind her.
Oh no.
627 going down. It's the ring around the rosy. The mind game and Krazy Girls. They are playing from the back pedal here. NOBEAT pushing in from heaven. Might get caught off guard. It's a from screens. Makes plays with her. The showstopper looks to find anyone, but Bankai only finds Shunabi. Now it's all down to Overjoy, down to 5 HP. Page Shells is almost gonna take care of her. Bankai with a perfect peek. Page Shells combo. And NOBEAT secured that round with a heck of a map play. Look at how they approached this. It almost was a three-prong approach. And they were parading the spike all over the place until they could find the perfect timing, the perfect space creation, which was done in A site.
Yeah, I think from the kill from Overjoy just drew almost all the players on Krazy Girls over to the B site, and Bankai was able to find an opening in the form of 627 with the dark cover out in her hands, and they were able to take advantage of that. You saw how quickly that spike rotated back over to the A side, and now Krazy Girls, they have to go back on this eco.
That they do. When you're playing against 11 here, it's not the best thing in the world, to say the least. Mid left wide open. But it's really hard to imagine just how much they could do here, Grim. Just classics. Secret's already in deep A tower. Playing a rain against the wall, but again, it's a very heavy default. A lot of this util getting pumped is just a bait here in B. Try and wait for someone to bite. So far, no one rotating from Krazy Girls. They don't really have much luxury to challenge long angles.
Oh.
Look at how deep, though, Secret's already at. And what? Minotaur found 6 to 7. Just waiting patiently behind the rope. Ite, just a stinger is enough. Secret, go down. That's an upgrade as well. Oh, she does get the upgrade. She gets her way into the site. But NOBEAT already in A. It's gonna have to be the post plant. 4v4, just one upgrade for Krazy Girls.
This wall, this barrier as well, denying A Heaven from the side of Krazy Girls. So much invested just to try and contest this position. And bye-bye, good for one, but Overdrive is there for the trade. Minotaur, though, might not get caught out here.
Last player standing.
This fight in heaven going the
Wow.
way of NOBEAT. As they pick up the kills, the frags. They're able to find match point off the back of that.
Match point secured here for NOBEAT. 1 round away from securing that grand final slot.
30 seconds.
We've seen miracles happen before, Grammy. This is not too big of a miracle to ask for. It is match point, but it's just 5 rounds we're asking for here. Krazy Girls do have a couple of ults to work with. Showstopper from Jewel Savage is available. Perhaps something explosive could transpire here. There you go, Showstopper activated.
Oh.
Finds Bankai, 6 HP and a Dream still alive as they push from B main. And that's the spike. Really, really close to them. Ite trying to claim that spike. Against 2 people, Secret's the only one to find a frag. It's Overjoy, Jewel Savage, and again Overjoy on the board. Krazy Girls ask for something explosive. They deliver here, Grammy.
And they do, and explosives in the form of the Showstopper taking out Bankai off the back of that, which pushes the players of NOBEAT right into the hands of these 2 flanking members, Overjoy as well
Placing swarm
as Sage Ite here. But it seems like this time around though, NOBEAT, after that explosive performance from Krazy Girls, wanna try from something
swarm grenade.
of their own.
Certainly seems so, and they're about to walk straight into Ite.
Oh,
It's 1 Overjoy for the trade, so still the numbers advantage in favor of Krazy Girls. Not anymore. Resurrect invested from Minotaur. Early lockdown invested. Krazy Girls could just... No, actually, nobody could just rotate away from this. Just buy a little bit of real estate for Overjoy, but... Yes, they're nice to push, but Krazy Girls not rotating means that nobody can just do that again.
I think that was a crucial kill for NOBEAT to get as well as the resurrection down for the side of Krazy Girls.
Recalling my
This
bot.
spike, it's making its way over the A side, but I think Krazy Girls might have a read on this.
So far, they're not aware, but reinforcing both sites here. NOBEAT, remember, they got no info agent, so you got 0 information as to where the players of Krazy Girls are.
30 seconds left.
Ooh. Look at the positions of Krazy Girls. They're deciding whether or not they should commit to this A side rotate, and it seems like they've decided. Should not be getting caught by the blast pack. It's a nice black pack play there, but it doesn't
Oh no!
nullify should not be until it does. 2v1,
seconds left.
Overjoy.
Spike
10
planted.
seconds left with Spike still going down now. Minotaur and Santiago just huddling up into sight, denying one of those entry points. Now Overjoy has got to walk straight into this crossfire setup with the turret too. It's really, really hard to execute. He's had to be perfect with spray transfer. But doesn't get it quite right. No bait. Secured the grand final slot, and it's good night for Krazy Girls.
What a game we had on our hands right there. NOBEAT, I mean, Krazy Girls themselves, you saw how they adapted to NOBEAT's playstyle from their previous matchup on Ascent. And they were just forcing their way onto the site with this explosive firepower in the form of the fault line as well as Jewel Savage's satchels. But when it came to the defense though, they didn't really have the same energy, the same firepower to take the fights into the hands of NOBEAT. And Datum, as you mentioned yourself, when they take the fight to NOBEAT themselves, they're able to win out the rounds, but unfortunately for them, on the defense, they weren't really able to pull it off this time around, and NOBEAT securing their spot in the grand finals. Bankai on top, 305 ACS. And that was just overall, I think, a really great game of Valorant.
Yeah. And I think one of the factors there was perhaps Krazy Girls were just giving too much respect, it felt like, to NOBEAT on that defensive side. I mean, when we saw a couple of rounds where they were pushing up, even on an eco on that defense, they made it happen. They made it work. And I think no Crazy Girls, they were just a little bit hesitant to keep pulling it out, even though it worked out massively because of just how much momentum No Beat had. And I think they should have done the complete opposite of that. Just keep pushing exactly what how they did the on the attacking side. Just keep rushing, and perhaps things could have gone out very differently. But here we go, Crazy Girls. We will not have a rematch in the grand finals, but instead it's going to be No Beat facing up against Nikki's Eggs in the grand finals in the best of three. But what a way to get here, Grem. The rematch here concluded, and No Beat proving to us that when it comes to the most important match, they can pull it off against the Crazy Girls, their opponents yesterday, with Bankay X leading the charge here. I'm really excited to see the grand finals later on. It's the first time I'm going to be seeing Nikki's Eggs, but I have to highlight one other performer here on the side of No Beat, Santiago, filling in the shoes for Buja, absolutely performing off the get-go. I mean, it wasn't anything that tops the leaderboard for sure, but Santiago definitely lived up to the standards of No Beat there.
Yeah, she definitely pulled her weight, and
Mm.
her going on to the Killjoy just meant that Crazy Girls were denied so much space onto the site itself, even though you saw them taking the site pretty easily off the back of the aggressive plays. With the lockdown coming in from Santiago, it worked. It made a couple of rounds work out for the side of Nobeat, which also led to the place in the grand finals. And they proved to us, despite being knocked down by Crazy Girls into the lower bracket themselves, they're able to fight back. They're able to push themselves into grand finals. And speaking of grand finals, we're gonna be taking a short break here, but don't go anywhere because you don't want to miss this action, the best of three that we have coming up for you next.
Got the money in the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang, 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 bang. I'm a boss, and you know that I'm finna shine. Got the money in the bank. Got the money in the bank. Got the money in the bank. Bank, 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 bank. Got the money in the bank.
Hit you with the 808.
Hit you with the. Hit you with the bank. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Hit you with the. Hit you with the 808. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang to the break. Bang,
Welcome back, folks. This is the Valorant Game Changers Academy April edition, and we're down to the Grand Finals. Best of 3, the last 2 teams that we have after all of that Valorant. Down to Nicky's Eggs versus NOBEAT. My name is Mattdadum, and I'm going to be casting the series with my friend here, Gremmyz. I am really excited for this series, Grammy. But let's talk a little bit about that last game, then, shall we? What happened there?
I mean, NOBEAT, I think they were able to adapt to Krazy Gurls' playstyle based on their the previous time that they had a matchup, which was back on Ascent. And Krazy Gurls, as you mentioned before, Datum, they gave NOBEAT a little bit too much respect. They weren't as willing to go aggressive on the defense side, which I completely understand. But on the rounds that they did, it actually worked out well for them. So unfortunately for them, Krazy Gurls will be knocked out of this tournament, and NOBEAT are the ones who will advance to the Grand Finals best of 3 here.
Yeah, and I'm really loving that we are going to be seeing another competitor try their best against Nicky's Eggs, because if you guys remember, if we could take a look at the bracket one more time here. In the upper bracket semi-final, or the upper bracket final, it was Team NOBEAT that went up against Nicky's Eggs. Now in the Grand Finals, it's going to be Krazy Gurls going up against
I think it's
NOBEAT.
the other way around.
Oh, sorry. It's NOBEAT. It's Krazy Gurls that went up against Nicky's Eggs in the upper bracket final. Now it's NOBEAT going up against them in the Grand Finals. I got that mixed up in my head. So it's a fitting end to this story that everyone is gonna be trying their luck against sort of the undefeated champ here, Nicky's Eggs, and I'm super excited to get into it. Speaking of that matchup, it is a best of 3. The only best of 3 that we have is going to be in this Grand Final, and I believe we have the map veto ready as well. Let's take a look at that. Okay, we're going into Haven, which is picked by NOBEAT. Nicky's Eggs picking Ascent, and then the decider, should we get into it, is Pearl. And I think this is the first time we're going to be seeing Pearl on the broadcasted games if we get into game number 3.
Yeah,
I do hope we get there. I mean, come on. I hope we get there.
I mean, Pearl is such a fun map to watch, and I really want to watch like what these teams have up their sleeve here.
Harbor?
But we are gonna be Harbor,
Perhaps.
Harbor, maybe Harbor. But I think let's stick to map 1 first. I think Haven, we've seen it before on broadcast once, and that was NOBEAT versus Oriole. I believe.
Yes.
And NOBEAT, they had a very strong performance on the map itself, going 13-3 against Oriole Estrella. And coming into this, I think, despite not having Buja X today, I still believe that they will have a lot of firepower. As we saw before, they really love this double duelist composition. And with Santiago coming into the mix, I'm excited to see what kind of composition they're going to bring out on Haven.
Yeah. I probably would expect the same thing, honestly. Same composition that they do have from yesterday's game. I mean, you did say Buja is not going to be playing anymore. It said Santiago, who did play the Killjoy last game, is going to be filling her in. But this is NOBEAT we're talking about, right? They can switch around the roles, they can switch around the duelists. But I do have to say, Buja had an absolutely massive performance in Haven yesterday. I'm taking a look at yesterday's scoreboard, and her combat score is twice that of the nearest teammate that they had yesterday in Haven. So I think the composition is going to be the same, but the performance of that composition is the big question mark for me, especially going up against an opponent that they have yet to face, and that's Nikki's Eggs, who, mind you, has been undefeated this entire time. They took down Krazy Girls yesterday, and it was a long game. It was 18-6, and I believe it was Icebox. It was the longest game that we've had in the playoffs. But now NOBEAT is going to be attempting their luck against Krazy Girls. Going to be back to square one, back to adaptation from the scratch. The good thing, though, it is a best of three, so there's a little bit more room to adjust.
That's definitely true, and I think given the room to adjust, as you mentioned, Datum, NOBEAT might be able to perform a miracle here to take down Nikki's Eggs. But Nikki's Eggs, they're not a small team themselves. I mean, they have made it all the way undefeated to make it into the grand finals, and them going 18-16 against Crazy Girls just in a best of one, and I don't think they've played before. And I think that just shows their ability to adapt mid match.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, one of the things that showed us, excuse me, one of the things that was showcased to us in that last game compared to yesterday's game was that NOBEAT, they're a team that proved that they could be. They are very, very flexible. Yesterday, they took things very, very quickly. They were a little bit on the side of things in the sense that they like just playing at certain tempo. And the earlier game, in Split, they showed us that they can play at different speeds. They could go fast, they could go quick, and they could adapt on the fly based on what their opposition is putting up to the plate against them. Even on the attacking side or in the defensive side, where it was Crazy Girls who was trying to get the speed for themselves, trying to set the tempo for themselves, NOBEAT was able to keep the score line at an even score, despite the fact that Crazy Girls tried to catch them off guard every single round. That's one of the things that I do really love about NOBEAT. They have a lot of flexibility and they have a lot of room for movement, and not just in terms of the way they play the map, but in terms of flexibility across the compositions as well. Even though they only like playing double duelists, I believe they can play a lot more compositions than this. But here we go. Agent Select is available. All of our teams are ready, all of our players are ready. Let's get right into it. We're going into Haven, and these are the agents that we are going to be seeing.
Phoenix? Do you think we... I think last time around it was Oriole who had the
Yeah.
Phoenix, but this time, Bankai might...
Oh, there you go. There you go.
There we go. Okay, this has just gone from interesting to extremely interesting, and we're actually gonna see a chamber on the side of Nikki's Eggs as well.
Chamber Astra. Okay. Yeah, it's
I
not...
mean, Chamber, it's not every day you see him being played in your games now, just because of the nerf that he got to basically all
Everything.
of his ability.
Well,
But Nikki's Eggs pulling him out, this might mean that they are really confident with this pick here.
wow, I'm really excited for this match already. We got a Phoenix on the one hand, and we got a Chamber on the other, and I'm so stoked. I haven't seen this type of matchup in years. It feels like. I mean, yesterday we did talk about this when Solitude picked up for Oreo, and I said, or I touched on, upon the dynamic between the run it back and the chamber traps. When chamber was meta, Phoenix was used just to clear up those chamber traps, and now that could definitely be a factor here. That could definitely be something that NOBEAT is gunning for here. Buja X not on the board, so no Raze player dedicated in that team may be what's the driving factor is here for that competition. But I do believe they do have a Raze, right? NOBEAT do have a Raze
Yeah, I
in their
think Secret
composition,
is going on the Raze actually,
so
which is a switch up from the Reina.
true.
I mean, as a Reina, you don't really see her going in first, but this time around, I think she will be showing us a lot of firepower, and like the burst potential that she has will be really strong as well. But let's talk about the duelists on the other side though. Nikki's Eggs actually picking up the Jet.
A bit more on the standard side, right? I mean, the breach jet combo always a good thing, always a nice to have. It's very reliable. And well, for the most part, you do see a ton of KO paired up with a Sova, particularly in maps like Haven. But Breach definitely works as well, especially with a
Placing
Jet here.
smoke grenade.
Can set up for some nasty plays, especially with an Astra. But I do have to say, it's not the most common of combos, right? Breach Sova is not the go-to anymore, not to say the least. But here we go. B-side execute happening for Nikki's Eggs, and they take control of the tailwind forward. Hani Fam walking into 3. Minotaur good for the first touch. Secret good for 2. That's Spike in the middle. A link. Bye-bye says goodnight, Lumpia Rapper. And that's NOBEAT again with the pistol round.
I mean, that was definitely an unexpected side take from the side of Nikki's Eggs. It's not, I don't think it's very common that you see teams try to take B on their pistol round itself. Most of the time you see them try to go A, try to go garage, but this B take was a very interesting play to try and catch NOBEAT off guard, but unfortunately it didn't work out in their favor because when you head to B, right, it just means the players on the side of the defense are able to crunch in on you as you walk in from both sides. So that definitely played a factor coming into this. But this time around, they have the buys, NOBEAT. But bye-bye in a little bit of a dangerous position here.
Oh,
Able to catch them first and make it out alive at that. Handy Fam goes down.
yeah, roar to roar, just outside of the dark cover.
Here.
When bye-bye push through it. That means there's no trade happening. So free B basically for NOBEAT. And Nikki's Eggs with a much slower approach this time. It's classics in hand, so it's really hard to imagine just how much the damage they can pull off here. About to walk into the Killjoy setup with one player on the flank. About to spot one of those opposing players down in B. But there you go, Minotaur with the first touch. Just a slight peek and a headshot connects. Secret gets Lumpia Rapper. And now, after Smoke's getting laid out, ton of utility getting pumped by Neon here. But look at the counter util just to stop them. Neon gets dunked, gets Kobe'd by Secret. And now, Secret goes in for the 3K flawless favor of NOBEAT.
That's really the best case scenario you want to have here, especially coming into this full buy round from Nikki's Eggs. NOBEAT, they're able to preserve all their weaponry from the second round itself, so they're going to be trying to get as many weapons off the hands of Nikki's Eggs. And looking at the economy, if they're able to do so, I don't think Nikki's Eggs will be able to recover. But let's see if NOBEAT have something up their sleeve here, because Nikki's Eggs, they seem like they want to go fast this time around.
Perhaps not necessarily the go-to when it comes to round number 3s here, especially because the risk of giving those upgrades to your opponents are very, very high. Seems you're right. Nikki's Eggs taking a bit of a faster approach. Oh, Lumpia Rapper going down. A bit too late on the rendezvous. Santiago finds one for himself. Spike in the middle of nowhere. They can't retrieve it. It's just outside of sewers. They can't even get past the smoke. Vermeer
This running gun.
is getting run and gunned. Now it's all down to just one player. Roar to roar. And she is not going to be finding anything. And like I said, it's a very risky rush from Nikki's Eggs. And they paid massive for it.
Look at this drive-by coming in from Minotaur. Not once, but twice at that. Just causing a distraction for both these players on the side of Nikki's Eggs. They get taken down. What a round coming in from NOBEAT here. They're able to get these weapon upgrades, free rifle upgrades. And Nikki's Eggs, they are going to be going on the back foot this time around. Hani does have a stinger in her hand, so she will be trying to make some magic happen this time around. But NOBEAT, look at how they're playing.
Pushing through garage. Nikki's Eggs, NOBEAT. One player down in long, one in C.
the flash.
Stinger. The flash doesn't work out massive, but bye-bye able to recover. It's Lumpia Rapper picking up the Phoenix there. Now they're taking control of the site. Nikki's Eggs to finally get the spike down. Be retake for the NOBEAT squad. The Rapper goes down. Bye-bye with the upgrade. or rather with the gun.
One enemy remaining.
Secrets nullifies roar to roar there. Bye for the 3K. No beats. Back on the board 4-0. Nicky's Eggs, despite getting the spike down and getting an upgrade for themselves, just wasn't enough to hold through.
Yeah, I mean, when it came to the post-plant scenario, they were completely overwhelmed by this multi-pronged approach coming in from the side of NOBEAT. You saw just the pull from the garage kill there that Bye got just drew so much attention for the players from CT to flood in and clean up that round itself. But coming into this round, the 5th round on the board, Nicky's Eggs, they have a lot of work to do here. This is going to be a very important round for them to win out.
Yeah, I would expect Nicky's Eggs could pull a timeout at this point, but not doing so, quite curiously enough. Just playing for a much slower approach, but again, no beat. No hesitation on that aggression. Bankai X, of course, leading the charge. Lumpia Rapper finds Santiago with a spam. And again, Bankai X trying to create that space. About to see someone just around the window area. What?
Oh,
Lumpia
no
Rapper
way.
botches the boom botch spam down. So now it's down to the last 3. Nicky's Eggs have to execute now into site. Well, there's no one inside there, just a Killjoy setup, but okay. Good couple of kills from Roar and Hanifam. That's gonna net them off the spike plant. Rise up close! What a swing! Second one, no good. All down to Bankai now. Has the wall, has the hot hands, no flashes anymore. He's got no info
One
either.
enemy remaining.
Bankai good for the first touch. Hot hands. Knows where Roar is, and what a clutch. Starts it off the way she ends it as well. 5-0, and Bankai with a beautiful clutch.
that was really well played from Bankai. You see, just look at this. She just doesn't care. She just pushes it down C where the Sofa isn't really the Sofa isn't really like aware or like just unexpectedly she just swings out, and Bankai off the back of those the hot hands right there, just drawing attention to the other side of the Radiant box, and she swings from the other side. This time, Nicky's Eggs, Bladestorm in hand. Hani has a lot of work to do as they make their way up grass here, up mid. Santiago, the first line of defense, catches one of God, but Roar is good for the trade. Waiting for this execute. Might get spotted out by this Hour Drone. Goes aggressive. Able to find one, but Bankai good for the trade. Run it back. Activated. Curveball to come through to deny the site from the side of Nicky's Eggs. And she's able to find a kill onto Vermeer as well. Roar has to make a play here. Has to go aggressive. Going onto the C site. It's a 2v2 situation. Both of the players of Nicky's Eggs have their key ultimates in hand. The Rolling Thunder as well as the Cosmic Divide.
Spike planted.
The post plant looking good here. Already setting up the camp in C long.
One enemy remaining.
Showstopper a little bit too early there. I'm not anticipating Neon is going to be up close, but here comes the Rolling Thunder. Perfectly tapped there. Enough time to buy herself a little bit more space, but Bankai X go down. Roar with a decisive push, and that is Nicky's Eggs on the board finally. It all started with this. Hanifam going into the sites. Beautiful shot onto Santiago, and then Bankai deciding to push up, which looks a little bit risky, but then it got shut down for some.
But it really came down to the wire. Raw.
Yeah.
Actually, I think maybe just like one shot away as well. So a really dangerous round, but they're able to make it work. Nicky's Eggs are back into this first point on the board. Seems like this time around, C is the name of the game with this recon that coming through. No information garnered though. Bankai breaks it. But Lumpia Rapper already makes her way up into garage, able to take out the Killjoy from the Minotaur. That's the utility shut down for them. Bankai the only one left on the side itself. Hani Just barely misses the players on site. Bye Bye and Bankai cleaning things up for the team, and suddenly Lumpia Rapper is the only one left alive in this 1v4 situation. Cosmic Divide goes down. Secret. We catch a timing here. No, Lumpia Rapper cleans it up. Aware of the other push as well.
Okay.
Good for 3 in a round. Bankai falls. But the spike is still gonna be on his C side.
On the other side of the world here. Lumpia Rapper, Tour de Force is available. Rendezvous just on cooldown.
30 seconds left.
Just ended cooldown, rather. But the shots do not connect. It's Bye Bye's headshots who will ring true. No beat back on the board, 6-1, and I love just how quickly they responded after that Cosmic Divide. After it got invested, it got... They immediately rotate into C. And look at that shot from Bankai as well. Setting up the flash. Just icing on top of that cake. Just cleaning house there. The two of them, Bankai and Bye Bye. Speaking of Bankai and Bye Bye, they're the first two on double digits here. 10 kills apiece. A ton of impact being bought. Particularly Bye Bye and Bankai rather. Creating that space. Even challenging the Tour de Force. Gets a shot in, not the headshot. Lumpia Rapper happy to welcome another peak there. But Bankai says, nope, I don't want to play.
Gonna be heading slowly but surely over onto this A site though, but things might look dangerous here because there is all this Killjoy utility being set up. Santiago has already cleared out mid early round, but Lumpia Rapper, she's gonna be pushing up this mid position to try and catch any rotations from coming through. It seems like this time around they want to go towards A, where only 2 players on the side of NOBEAT are playing on the site itself. Might get overwhelmed here with 4 players coming their way. On these lower buys, Nicky's Eggs, they have so much work to do. This Nanostorm completely denies this push, and Bye Bye finds the kill onto Nian.
Paranoia is beautiful.
Lumpia Rapper catches that rotation though onto Santiago, and Secret now she's
go.
aware. The Lumpia Rapper doesn't care. Finds the second in a round. Now Nicky's Eggs, they have the numbers advantage. But Bankai, as well as Bye Bye, he's already so far pushed up. Finds the first. Can she find another? Roar gonna get the trade, but unfortunately no more time left on the clock for Nicky's Eggs.
Clutch.
Wow. Just cutting off the rotation. Flank on top of flank. I mean, credit where credit is due. That is a ton of space being bought by Lumpia Rapper there. Finding a couple of stragglers on the flank. But at the end of the day, they just weren't able to get into sight. They were struggling so much to get into sight because of the Killjoy util and the Paranoia and the sky and the dark cover rather.
Careful there.
Perfectly set up there in a sight. On top of Bankai just creating space.
Careful there.
Bye Bye too. Bye Bye as well. Rotated the long way around.
Right there.
Cutting off the rotation enough to buy so much time.
Look at it, they're already preparing for this recon dart to land. And this time though, want to make a repeat of the first round, a pistol round itself. Hani already proccing a tailwind, breaks all the Killjoy utility on the side itself, and the Hunter's Fury invested. Will it be able to find anything? Answer is no, but the run it back goes in. Bankai trying to clear out the space for her team. Bye Bye and Bankai making it work. The top 2 on the leaderboard, Minotaur and the rest of the team flooding into the site itself. And suddenly the tides have turned. It's come down to a 2v5 situation. Nicky's Eggs, what can they do with all this utility in front of them?
Silver lining diffuse not happening yet. Still have a fair bit of utility for themselves. Good Gust comes out. One enemy remaining. That's Neon. Buying so much time. Still time ticking away. They should defuse right now. No beat. They get the kills. And they do have enough time. So Nicky's Eggs, they attempted the B-side quick hit, but no luck this time against No Beat. And the way No Beat plays this comp, Grammy, it feels like a quadruple duelist setup. with the way they just enter site and just push in, get the frags. It's it's
Can I get a drop?
it's amazing.
Yeah, it really is, and especially when you have Bankai on their running back. It just gives her a second life, and timeout finally being called from the side of Nikki's eggs. They have to find a way to try. I think the key thing is that their side takes, they do work out like some of the times they are able to get the spike plant down, but the post plant scenario is a different situation. They aren't really able to hold their positions despite all the utility being invested.
That is true.
Right here.
Nikki's eggs. Wow, this is not a disadvantageous spot that Nikki's eggs have found themselves yet in this entire tournament, I believe. And that's where your mental is really gonna get tested here. When you are at a winning spot, it's easy to keep a good mental, right? I mean, it's easy to keep your players confident because you're winning. But when you're down 7 rounds, that's a tough ask here for the players. They're gonna have to hold strong. This is the grand finals after all. Should have expected this big of a challenge going into it. I wonder what they're gonna pull this time. It's one of the most important rounds of the half. This is where limits are gonna
Oh, this
be.
curveball!
It's perfect from Bankai. Nia trades it out, but Bankai gets to another amazing start here for NOBEAT.
I think Roar might have a read here. Knows Bye-Bye is pushed up and trying to get a kill, but unfortunately, she's gonna make it out away, back to safety. But Secret already on the flank without this chamber trip.
One enemy
Lock it
remaining.
down. She's able to find 2 from the flank. There's one more, but Nian traded out the first. She finds the second, but unfortunately unable to clean up the round for her team. Minotaur to take her down. And it's 9 points on the board for NOBEAT.
8-round lead. And I was saying earlier that was such an important round for
Need a drop.
the eggs because it's the
Remaining.
round in where they could set the limit. Is it going to be 8? Is it going to be 9? Or are they going to go all the way up to an 11th round win here for NOBEAT? And so far, it's not looking good for Nikki's eggs because after that round where they invested everything, they risk playing against double digits now that they're on the save.
I do have 3 ultimates to play with here though. So it could come in crucial for this round itself. And I really like how NOBEAT trying to switch up the playstyle. Last round, we saw Bankai try to go aggressive with that curveball out of garage. This time around, Nikki's eggs, they might be expecting this, so they don't try to go for it this time around.
Yeah. I love the discipline as well from the NOBEAT squad. You talk about the curveball and how often that aggression has been put up to the plate, but now that they know that they've got more to lose in this round, not giving it an inch, not even giving an opportunity, not even peeking against Nikki's eggs now. Garage getting swarmed. Curveball is perfect.
the
One
curve
more
was-
time, and Bankai watching from both angles, ready for that
Oh
recon.
no, the recon!
30 seconds
Not ready
left.
for the second swing down in long, so that's gonna be sight take this time for Nikki's eggs, and they open up garage as well. So this is a very comfortable position. They should be able to pull through from this.
It's definitely so, especially with the Hunter's Fury and so much post-spawn utility. This time around, Nikki's eggs, they have a shot. Look at this, Hani. Playing in an off angle here, the Killjoy lockdown goes down. Hani good for 1, Minotaur good for the trade. This lockdown is going to be forcing these players off the side, but all of these players have the ultimates in their hands. It's going to be a very hard defuse for the side of NOBEAT here, and the time is running low.
There they are.
Off the back of that flashpoint, Nian swings. Santiago good for 1, but Raw trades it out, and it's a second point on the board for Nikki's eggs.
Yeah, didn't have the
Last
controller
round before
for
the
that
switch.
diffuse attempt. So good round for Nikki's eggs. They open up the space. Bankai though putting up as much resistance as she can. Against overwhelming odds, can't really do much. Nikki's X at least able to find themselves one more round. One more round after this, they are at least at a doable spot. 9-3. It's not the best thing in the world, but also not the worst. And the best thing about that round, rather, Remy, is that they didn't invest any ults. So they still have 4 ults to their name. Nikki's Eggs looking secure in this round as long as they are able to invest these ults, not give away any of these kills to Bankai.
Speaking of ults, Bankai has to run it back, and we saw how deadly she was with it online. So it could come in as a difference maker in this round itself as well. Secret spots our Lumpia Rapper just right outside of A. Trying to go for this headshot. But Secret's not gonna give her anything. Minotaur ready here to support her teammate as well, but they make it out while taking out this nano swarm on the site itself, causing so much distraction over on the A side, and it seems like they want to head towards C instead. And off the back of this rolling thunder is caught bye-bye off guard, and the Cosmic Divide making things ever so hard for them to make it back to the site, especially with this run it back offline now. It's gonna be a 5v5 retake situation this last round and a half itself, I think.
At least now Nobi's got the liberty of choosing where they're gonna approach front. It could be 3-prong approach, 1 in flank, 1 in garage, and 1 from Bankai. 1 HP left on Lumpia Rapper, flashed away, still gets the kill. How is that possible? Nikki's Eggs not even having to invest a lot of that ults. Just 1, just the Cosmic Divide. It's all down to bye-bye. 1v5, just a Guardian, enough to shut down Roar. Second one at that as well, but Honey Fam denies bye-bye if anything more. 9-3. Nikki's Eggs. At least they get themselves few on the board. This is still doable for them. As long as they secure the 6 rounds it needs to equalize the score.
One enemy remains.
And, of course, that starts with securing the pistol.
That's a good spot.
But this time though, Nobi, they're gonna be on the attacking side. They have the opportunity to try and set the pace, and we've seen them do it on the defense itself sometimes when they try to go for aggressive picks. Speaking of aggressive picks, Nikki's Eggs, they do have the chamber. Lumpia Rapper might want to try for an aggressive pick down mid here.
Two-prong approach from A main, from A long rather. Honey Fam, Beach, Util not available anymore, out of range. Killjoy Torrid spots out 1 person outside of mid. Bankai, she anticipates that someone's right around the corner. Aldrone used up just to make sure. That should confirm their suspicions. I think it spot out 2 players. Curveball available, hot hands up close and personal. They didn't see Honey Fam up close. So bye-bye, only able to find 1 after 2 people gone down for NOBEAT. It's disastrous there. Pro 2 finds the straggler. Now they're closing in. Nikki's Eggs coming for the jugular. The right click, Lumpia Rapper flick. Done excellently. The Secret's all alone. This should be the round here for Nikki's Eggs. Secret's down to 40 HP, 16 HP now. It's a team ace for Nikki's Eggs. Man, that Aldrone, unfortunate that didn't spot Honey there, but Nikki's Eggs should be happy that they picked up this pistol.
Definitely so, and I think this aggression coming in from Nikki's Eggs was very well played, and unfortunately for Nobi, they weren't really able to adapt to that. Despite Nikki's Eggs fighting for the control down A long as well as mid, Nobi, they were just trapped in their spawn, and Nikki's Eggs closing in from all sides. They had nothing left to do but try and fight, but unfortunately for them, they weren't able to win out the fights here. The spot line is good as well. Roar finds Santiago. That's a Sova down. No more information on the side of NOBEAT, and Raw good for another as well. Bye-bye. Headshot with the Sheriff onto Hani. I think Nobi, they actually forced up this round. This Astra utility coming in stalls so much time.
Yeah.
This push to come through. But they still do have garage control though.
That's
Nobi.
Judge. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh! Neon. That's an upgrade as well. They open up C side, so that's going to be the quick rotate. 3v3. This is doable here. Secret still got the Judge. Oh, they might be thinking it's a bait. They don't see anyone. Secret. What? That's so far away. Okay, they do trade it out. 2v2. Up close.
Oh,
no. Not expecting. And that's
It's the
another
Judge
Judge
again.
kill.
It's the
And
Judge
up close,
again.
the recon doesn't help out a lot
remaining.
because it's a 2v1. That is bye-bye on the board. The Beats secured the 10th with barely any investment.
Survived obliteration.
That is the last thing that Nicky's Eggs want.
Look at this again, the Judge.
That's so far.
One enemy
How does that
remaining.
get the kill? Judge things.
Judge things. Oh no. And this just means that Nicky's Eggs coming into this round, the third round and round and half itself, they won't have the economy to be able to buy up. And up against these rifles on the side of NOBEAT, it's gonna be so much harder for them to try and make this comeback work. Do have the potential to do so though. But this heavy pressure towards this A side
Comes out.
coming.
Secret for the executes, and remember Nicky's Eggs doesn't have much weaponry inside the cloud
Oh,
burst though. They have to be
Bankai.
careful. Bankai from
What?
behind.
Wait.
Still alive. Classic. But they don't need the classic when Secret is around the corner. That's no beats. Pushing themselves to 11 here, Grammy. And well, this is a classic round here for Nicky's Eggs. Not a lot of resistance to be brought out. But still, the frags from NOBEAT are looking absolutely
Bankai was
gorgeous.
just running it down.
I know.
Right there.
She just don't care. She's like, yup.
Yeah.
Drive by, mow down, goodbye, good night.
Bankai
7
go
points
kill.
on the board. Bankai go kill is the strat here.
Here.
This time, Nicky's Eggs, they want to take the fight towards NOBEAT, but they recognize this. NOBEAT already making their way towards A. No one is on site to stop this push. Site is free for the taking. The 3-man flank though might get caught out.
It's an alarm bot.
And Bye Bye is already in position to deny this push.
Oh no.
They don't wait for this hour drone to clear it out. They don't
use it! On him!
they
On
don't
her!
know.
That's massive from Bye Bye. She doesn't get cleared by the drone, and that's a flawless from NOBEAT. Just one position, just one ability, the alarm bot. And Bye Bye's close angle. They get destroyed for it.
Remaining. Flawless.
Meanwhile, in sight, they dismantle of the retake as well. It's match point. And look at the eco here, Grammy. Nicky's Eggs have got no guns.
No guns and not a lot of ultimates to work with as well. They do have the Rolling Thunder, but they really have to try and make things work this time around. It's already match point for the side of NOBEAT. It seems like they want to go in fast off the back of this curveball and run it back that Bankai has. Push is already coming through. He's gonna get stalled by this gravity well though. Bankai spots out one. The flash is good. Nien, good for one. Lumpia with the follow-up. And Bankai trying to make things work.
Down.
2 of her own actually. She's gonna get forced out by this aftershock, but she does not care. She's good for 3, but finally Roar takes her down.
Of
Able to
course.
retrieve the spike from the shadows of NOBEAT.
Of course.
So 1v2.
Of course she's on the other side
Spike
of the map.
planted.
TP's all the way up to heaven as well. Unfortunately, for Bye Bye, there's 2 guns coming in her way. 2 upgraded guns.
Last player standing.
Spotted out and traded
Oh.
out. Okay, that was close. Bye Bye. Just barely getting taken down there, but Nicky's Eggs pushed themselves to 5, but still, Grammy, look. It's still just Vermeer left alone, so Nikki's Egg's eco, it's still gonna be broken.
My ult is ready. You failed. Now flee.
It's definitely a dangerous situation for Nikki's Eggs, but this time around, no. They will have the Heroic Thunder and the Hottest Fury to work with. Let's take a look at this once again. Bankai
One enemy remaining.
single-handedly taking everyone on the side of Nikki's Eggs down, and Nikki's Eggs, they're able to get the cleanup here. I think that was great awareness from Roar herself to be aware that Bye Bye could be lurked up in heaven. She was ready for that fight.
She was. Thankfully for Nikki's Eggs, it's not as bad as I thought it would be in terms of eco. But I'm liking that they're challenging these angles now. Look at that Lumpia Rapper. Barely
What a
sees the
shot.
head of Bankai there. Fancies another go at it with Ani up close, just outside of window. But there's
Oh,
way
no.
too many people there. At least Roar finds one more. Hani stuck between a rock and a corner. Finally going down there. And everyone from Nikki's Eggs are feeling the push. Look at how deep everyone is. Look at how deep Nian is getting.
Might not be aware of this. Oh, they are!
Remaining.
Turret catches Nian just
Yes.
at the wrong time, and
Yeah.
Bye Bye is able to find the pick onto Roar as well. What happened to be a 3v3 has now turned into a 1v3 for the side of Nikki's Eggs. Things are not looking good, especially with this late lurk coming in from the back.
Oh
from
no.
Minotaur.
Oh no. Oh!
Cancels! He cancels! Oh my god.
Attackers win.
Okay. That's scary for a second, but there you go. No beats. Secure Haven. What a performance from them, taking down the undefeated opposition here. It is a best of 3, so Nikki's Eggs can still come back from this, but what a performance. What a showing, especially from Bankai and Bye Bye. Look at the frags. These two girls are killing it.
Yeah, and I mean, Santiago, with her utility as well, she was able to support her team really well, especially with that one round that I think Nikki's Eggs invested the Cosmic Divide on the seaside. The recon dart coming in from Santiago just caused so much chaos for Bankai and Bye Bye to frag out. So well played to her as well, and all these members pulling their weight to make this victory possible. NOBEAT one step closer to winning this grand final.
13-5. And that's it. No more room. Or actually, yeah, no more room to work with here for the side of Nikki's Eggs. One more loss and they will be out. They will be bumped down to second place. But that is just the first game of our best of 3 here, folks. There is still light at the end of the tunnel here for the side of Nikki's Eggs, should they pull through in their map pick, which is Ascent. But we did see, I believe we saw NOBEAT yesterday on Ascent as well, and they really performed in it. But we'll have to see how that's going to transpire in the next game. But before that, we'll just be having a quick break. My name is Mattdadum, casting here with Gremmyz. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to Valorant Game Changers Academy here. My name is Grammy, joined by Mattdadum, and we're back with the grand finals of the April edition of this tournament. And it's Nicky's Eggs who have lost the first match up against NOBEAT. It's a best of three here. NOBEAT winning out on their map pick of Haven with a very convincing scoreline of 13-5. Now we're gonna be heading towards Ascent.
Yeah, I'm seeing a pattern here, Grammy. No beats. Whenever you give Haven to them, they're just going to perform, no matter the setting, no matter the opponent. Last time we saw them in Haven, it was a stomp and a half, to say the least. Now, well, I was kind of expecting a different story, but nope. It is the grand finals, but still they won with a very convincing fashion here in Haven, 13-5. The next map, it's going to be Nicky's Eggs map pick Ascent, but we also saw NOBEAT here yesterday, and they, suffice to say, performed here as well yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. And even though they did lose out on their first time playing on Ascent, they were able to adapt their playstyle to bring it out, to bring their aggressive playstyle out on the second time they played the map yesterday.
Oh,
Another convincing
well,
win, actually,
to say the least.
to say the least.
It's the best performance that we saw in this entire tournament. It was 13-0 yesterday in Ascent. And it was well, it was a quick game for sure. But now that we're on the grand finals, Nicky's Eggs, perhaps this is their comfort map as well. If Haven is one of the comfort maps of NOBEAT, perhaps Ascent is Nicky's Eggs comfort, which is why they picked it. Which either way means we're going to be seeing an action-packed game. The question remains though, what type of composition are both teams going to bring out here? Is it still going to be the double duelist, you think, here, Grammy, for NOBEAT?
I think so. I think NOBEAT are just gonna go back on a double duelist. They've been playing it throughout this whole tournament, and it has been working out for them. So I don't think there's gonna be many changes there. What I'm interested in is though, this Nicky's Eggs composition. I think okay, honestly, I just want to see a KO because we didn't get to see that the last time around.
Yeah.
And I really think KO is a really strong pick on the map of Ascent.
Especially now that Killjoys and Cyphers are meta, especially now that hard Sentinels are go-tos here in Ascent as well. It's basically a requirement to have that dedicated Killjoy. So KO would definitely be a welcome sight. But by the looks of it, I don't think any of our teams like playing the KO. I'm taking a look at all the matches from yesterday. They default to Sova a lot of the times, and then you got Breach every now and then. Sky was shown once, but nothing else. I mean, even a Fade was not used once. Even the newer ones like Gecko or maybe even perhaps a Harbor will be shown up, not used yesterday. So perhaps now is something, or rather something is up the sleeves here on either squad. We did see Bankai on the Phoenix just last game on Haven. So who knows? Maybe it's time for something else here for NOBEAT. Maybe the double duelist might not be the way to go. Maybe on the other side, maybe for Nicky's Eggs, they might not go for a standard comp here as well.
I mean, honestly, after Bankai's performance on the Phoenix last game, I want to see her on the Phoenix
Again.
on Ascent.
Yeah.
Because Ascent, honestly, is a pretty good map for Phoenix. You're able to take mid control with the wall as well as a curveball, the flash to go through the wall, and it establishes so much pressure on the side, especially Bankai on the running back. It's just devastating.
Yeah. And if you remember that back in like early Valorant, Ascent and Phoenix go hand in hand, especially in competitive play. Phoenix was everywhere as well. Then, well, with fast forward to now, where nobody plays Phoenix anymore. Apart maybe for some niche picks every now and then. Last year, it was Scream playing Phoenix, which brought on a wave of Phoenix players. But now that's completely died out, replaced by, well, so many other options, to be completely frank. Especially, well, with the prominence of initiators here in Ascent, Phoenix really has fallen out of fashion. But enough about the theory craft, enough about the predictions. We're ready with the agent select, so let's find out what compositions both teams are going to be putting to the table here. Is it going to be the double duelist again? Well, I think, yeah, it will. It will.
I mean, unless,
It will. Grammy,
I
trust.
mean, it will.
trust.
It will. It's gonna be Secret back on her comfort pick of the Reyna and bye bye. This time around on the Raze instead of the Omen. Bankai is the one who picks up the controller role.
Ooh. Gonna be really interesting to see how Bankai plays this Omen. Probably gonna play it very similar to the way she played the Phoenix in the last game.
Probably.
I mean, if you think about it, Phoenix and
Choose your
Omen do
agent.
have the same strengths, short range
Oh,
combat.
Wait. No.
Wait a
Okay.
second.
That just a sec. I saw
A glimmer.
interest, something interesting, a glimmer of hope for something out of the norm here, Bankai. But she's just gonna go back on the Omen. So it's a pretty standard composition. The Omen as the controller, Killjoy as a dedicated sentinel, and the duelist on the side of Nikki's Eggs. Actually, Honey's gonna be back on the Jet.
Interesting though, from Nikki's Eggs, they went for a double initiator, but it is a breach into a sky. I mean, typically, Sova dominates this map. Fade is very, very powerful here as well. But not going for any hard information. Instead, a ton of utility and soft info on the sky is not something that a lot of people do. In fact, it's something that I haven't seen in forever. Sky, well, really well to be paired with those info gathering agents, but along with the breach, they do provide a ton of utility. But I feel like you just missed out a lot in terms of info, in terms of possibilities. I mean, particularly in the wall bank potential of having a Fade or a Phoenix
Right.
or a Sova. But perhaps they're just going for a much bolder approach here, much aggressive, much more hands-on approach, which I really, really like here from Nikki's Eggs. It screams confidence to me, and that's the one thing they need if they want to turn this around against Beats. It's NOBEAT.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you right there. I think the composition allows for them to try and get Hani into really aggressive positions. There's so many flashes that are gonna be going on the side of Nikki's Eggs and Novi. They have to be prepared for that.
That they do. Okay, here we go. Game number 2. It's do or die time for Nikki's Eggs, who remember has had a uncontested run up to this point when they finally seemingly met their matcher on NOBEAT. Who is going to take the pistol? NOBEAT is exceptionally good at taking pistol rounds. How is Nikki's Eggs how they're going to accept or receive this push is the question. Seems like it's going to be with a little bit of aggression down in mid. Hani in wine with a shorty. I would expect Hani to pull up a little bit closer, but it's just in wine, so it's going to have to be a struggle to actually find a little bit of value with it. Vermeer setting up. Oh no, now they know what? I think that was a misclick.
Yeah, I think that was accidental.
Yeah.
But still, she gets all alive. They have information on the B side itself. The turret gonna be spotting out. Raise. Bye-bye here. And Honey, change of position from her. Minotaur might get caught out here. Oh no! It's the Minotaur who wins that fight instead. With the classic right click. Working well in their range.
No!
What? Again! The right click!
Wow.
Not the right click. Secret good for one. Devourer is up. So much health to work with here, but unfortunately
planted.
will fall to Minji.
What is happening to Nikki's Eggs here? Just faltering left, right, and center. The players have been committing these mistakes, these careless mistakes. Bankai though from the right. That is going to be the team ace for NOBEAT. So many mishaps from NOBEAT there. Started off with the shorty, which baited out the tailwind for no good reason actually. That meant that Hani Fam, well, didn't have that safety net. And then right here, a bit of a mishap from Neon. Just they have to keep it together here for this egg. I mean, it's sure it's just the start of the second game here, but they have to keep their composure.
Stay safe. Here.
Simo. Two shorties. Might be an interesting play. It seems like they want to try and make the Sky Flash a default so as to keep Nobi guessing whether or not Hani might be playing in wine. They have to commit some time to try and diligently and disciplinedly clear it out. This time around though, Secret is the one who finds the first pick. She wants to go in for this Devourer to heal back up, but unfortunately is unable to do so. She has to get out alive.
Oh, the flag. Look at Cat. Tree.
Oh, this is paranoid. Oh,
Wow.
this time though, it's Nian who wins out this classic battle between her and Bye Bye. Recon Dart gets broken, but I think they might be unaware that there's actually a player on site. Bankai finds a counterpart in the form of Minji. It's all up to Nian to try and hold on this side, but with the reinforcements coming in from NOBEAT,
Yeah.
things are looking dangerous for them.
Things looking very shaky. And again, it's just a shorty for one of their
30
players.
seconds left.
Hanifam, that is. Yeah, this is going to be a really, really tough ask here. Hanifam already going down.
Oh.
Secret with a nasty shot. Mid-air. That's 2-0 on the board in favor of NOBEAT. That any damage? Well, a little bit of damage on one player going down, but should be able to shrug it off here. And yeah,
seconds.
Telegraph
Secret.
down.
Despite being on a sliver of hell, she's able to win out her duels, and with that Devourer online, able to take out this third as well. So coming to this next round, they are gonna have quite a bit of weaponry to play with. Four guns, say Niggy's eggs, their rifle round stats. Now, they don't want to have a repeat happening on side on Haven itself, so they might try to take things a little slower this time around. But with this Lear that's coming in, no, I don't think that's the case. The turret, the alarm bot, all this utility. Hell's not clear.
Yeah, it is not indeed. Neon pops off. Gets 3. Gets the spike out in the open as well. Minotaur Santiago off with a very, very tall order in front of them. Nobody even going down yet for the side of Nikki's eggs. This could be what they've needed all along. An unsung hero emerges from behind. They're getting pushed. Paranoia getting readied. Minji under for the swing. Santiago, the aftershock, the headshot. It's too much. Nikki's eggs. Gotta be thanking Neon for that pop-off. One on the board finally for them.
And this Boombot not clearing her out, and her winning out this first fight just meant that Neon
Player standing.
pop-up potential is there. We've seen it before now. It's as if they don't want a repeat of the first game where they lost out on a rifle round, but I think this might be a very this is a very crucial round for both teams. If NOBEAT are able to win it out, they're able to start building up their economy. It seems like it's gonna be a fast beat hit this time around. Honey, for one, this push down mid, so unexpected by NOBEAT. That means they already have the sight. Bye Bye on a sliver of health. Once again, the reload coming through, but Bye Bye is the one who catches the timing satchels back to safety. Gets shot out of the air by Roar.
Headshot too, no less. Wow. Plucks her out of the sky like that. Santiago still in main. Oh, doesn't get the shot quite in. Empress activated just to try and save this round from falling apart here by Secret. Aftershock
Enemy remaining.
comes in. Secret gets destroyed and Minotaur holds the line here. 1v3. Can she do it? No. Nikki's eggs strike back. 2-2 now as they even up the scoreline.
I think there was a play being made by the initiators and the Jet down mid. I think they know that NOBEAT love to try and fight for this mid control. Looking at the late lurks that they have set up every time, the layers to the post plant situation, and Hani,
Enemy remaining.
with the help of the initiators, she's able to find that first pick down mid, making things so much harder for the side of NOBEAT. And now NOBEAT, the economy is broken. They have to go on a save.
Right there.
It's a very different look already from game number 1, right? NOBEAT finally meeting a ton of resistance here. 2-2. Has scrambled through the playbook, but right now, just a push from
my.
Hani. Beautifully done with the flash as well. This is what I've been talking about. The synergy between the Breach and the Jet, when you've got that communication, is absolutely amazing. NOBEAT.
And with the Sky, you get a regrowth to heal
True.
back up as well.
True. On top of having extra layer of flashes. Just in case you run out of flashes on the Breach. So have a Sky. Now, scattered approach right now from NOBEAT. Actually taking control of mid. And I would reckon they want to push down into tree just to make the most out of the short-range weaponry, which is exactly what they're doing now.
That's true, but with 3 people on A and Honey, a little bit of an off angle here. Roar is the one who wins this fight in tree. Santiago good for the trade as a weapon upgrade in tree if they can make it there. But with this trades coming through, bye-bye, the last one left alive has a rifle in her hands. The paranoia is good, just at the right timing. Bye-bye, caught unaware, Honey cleans up the round.
Let's go.
Nikki's eggs,
Things to do.
finally they're in the lead.
Yep. First time in this series. Start off with this setup play from Hani and Roar. Reinforcing down tree as well, choosing to let it go to the hands. NOBEAT here. Secured himself 3 rounds on the board. Fair bit of damage done. 2 people.
Could be some mid aggression coming here. Already, they expect this though. Secret, good for 1. Honey tries to trade it out, still alive down in mid. 9 bullets and a gun. It's a 3v3 situation. She's trying to isolate her fights. Ninji
One enemy
finds that
remaining.
pick onto Minotaur and Honey, good for 3 in a round. Once again, all down to Bankai. She's made things work before, but with 5 health to her name, I don't think there's a lot she can do. She does find the first though.
She does. 1v2. Spike is nowhere near. Does she have the ult?
Alarm bot out.
I think so. I think she does have the ult, which is why she's making her way towards a site. 5 HP. Not a lot, to say the least. Honey Fam on her way in. Oh no! The timing is impeccable!
Harder.
Even a flick to cap it off. 4K for Hani. Bankai goes down. NOBEAT. Trailing by 2. And I'm starting to like these scrappy rounds here. I mean, everyone just fighting down in mid. It's an absolute battleground. At the end of the day, it's a game and a half. 4-2 in favor of Nikki's eggs as they rack up the ults. Look, 4 ults available for them.
You can see the adaptation coming in from both these teams actually. NOBEAT, they're aware that Nikki's eggs realize that they love to fight mid. And this time around, though, they want to take the fight to A. Honey Fam, good for 1. Bankai with the trade. That's a rifle upgrade in their hands. Secret, the Reina, has the pop-up potential here.
Again, absolute chaos is broken loose here. A site getting swarmed. This time, Nikki's eggs just letting NOBEAT take control of the site. Don't want any more messes this time.
Spike planted.
Ult comes out. Doesn't want out anyone yet. A little bit too early, but that's okay. At least they've taken control off the site. They've got really good positions. The lockdown is there. So is Rolling Thunder. There's not really much else to do here except sit and wait it out. But Secret decides to swing in the Minotaur. Good for 1. Just tries to get another. Wow, they end the round before the lockdown even pops. And NOBEAT. What a push.
This is exactly what the playstyle of NOBEAT is. Take these fights
Yes.
into the hands of the opposing team. Nikki's eggs, they don't care. They just want to make sure that this lockdown is being broken and they're able to win out their fights like that. This is exactly why they picked up the double duelist composition and the whole of the team is pulling their weight. And Hani though, interesting buy this time around. The judge in her hands wants to go for a little bit of a cheese play. In Secret, not hearing any aggression down mid, is aware, saves the Leer for later. But look where Hani is. This read from NOBEAT is great. Like, they're not pushing into Hani's position.
Found the kill
Just
point.
as of yet, the mid take coming through for the side of NOBEAT here. Minotaur still waiting for a team to need to push up mid. Oh no!
Wow. How does Minotaur survive? 31 HP. If she went down there, that's a spike. That's a very, very fortunate encounter there for NOBEAT. They start to chip away at the defense here in tree. The 3 people rotating into sight. Wow, what a wide swing from Bai. And what?
Oh,
Neon okay
Neon
with
again.
double tap. Third
Again.
kill in the round, and she's not done yet. What?
Can't use that
This
yet.
girl is a menace here on the defense. Threat comes out. It's a little bit of time, but from down under, Minotaur doesn't survive. Bankai. She's all that stands in the way of the ace. Off the defuse. It's a 1v2. Paranoia's already run out. Spamming it down. Perfect crosshair placement. Gets the headshot. Runs out of bullets though. He has to push. One HP left. And Bankai clutches it out. Beautiful stuff here from Bankai. Evens out the scoreline one more time. What a round. That was very well done from Neon. Bankai just outshines her again.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Here.
This was insane. It was like Neon just made
Enemy remaining.
the A side her playground, and 4 kills on the board. Unfortunately, was unable to win it out. Bankai clutches it out 1v2 situation, and now Nikki's eggs, they don't have the economy to work with anymore. Honey seems to want to go aggressive here. But I think they're aware that NOBEAT is expecting aggression, especially on an eco round like this.
Actually, Nikki's egg's not becoming as aggressive as I would expect. It's tight corners, sure, but nobody's pushing up. And you can see the positions from NOBEAT, they're ready to receive. However, now that no noise has been made, they're slowly inching forward. They're about to make contact here on all angles. Anipam brings out the Bucky. It's Secret on the board first. Beautiful dismiss there. Roar instant stun, but Secret dodges it just in the nick of time. Opens up a sight off that one frag. NOBEAT again, get the spike down.
Bye spots out the first Minji. She's aware
Blocking sight.
that Bankai might be playing up on this Jenny position.
Bucky up close. Oh no!
Oh, this time it's Honey who wins this close match, but Secret though
Turret out.
trades it out. Down to the 2v4. In the end, what can you do from this position? Trying to wait for any aggression to come in, but unfortunately Secret, an ace denied, but Bankai is there for the trade. And once again, NOBEAT taking the lead away from Nikki's eggs.
Nice shot from Nikki. Equal round. Not much damage
Player
done.
standing.
Secret just popping off. 4k for her. 5-4. Just on the score in favor of NOBEAT, and immediately Nikki's eggs pull the timeout here. I wouldn't necessarily say that the timeout was necessary here, but this is them just trying to rack up the strats here. And for the most part, I don't think we've seen Nikki's eggs become too aggressive too often. It's been a while. It's been a while since they pushed down mid. It's been a while since we had a scrappy fight. And besides, that doesn't necessarily translate to much success for them. More or less, it's still a 50-50, even when Nikki's eggs push. Which is... that's NOBEAT for you. That's just how good NOBEAT adjusts to their playstyle. So Nikki's eggs... the challenge is really, really tough for them. How are they going to approach this next round? Now that they've got the guns again, how do they get the advantage? Or even try to at least even it up. Even up the score.
I mean, they have this timeout to reset their minds, try to find a way to counter strat. Anti-strat, NOBEAT's plays here. But NOBEAT though, they have so many ultimates online. Things might get difficult for Nikki's eggs. And once again, look at NOBEAT. They're expecting this aggression to come from mid. The shoulder spotted by Secret. Flash is good though. Secret's gonna get tagged out, tries to regain this mid control for a team.
Seems like after the timeout, didn't really change much in their strategy here. Nicki's eggs. They're just pushing again. Okay. Nice sky flash there, but Santiago ready for this trade. They could set up for another play down in mid, but they've already established a bit more mid control there after NOBEAT just cleared it out. Nicki's eggs.
You should
No
run.
information. It's dead silent until the lockdown is commenced. B site emerging to be the target here for NOBEAT as they start to make their way
Bomb grenade.
into position.
Bomb grenade out.
A lot of each other being thrown by Neon, but what can this do against the face of a lockdown and the smokes? Not really much. But NOBEAT struggling a little bit just to get a sight because of it. Now they get the plant. 4v4.
Spike planted.
And his B-side retake is definitely a hard one.
So, especially since Santiago has the Hunter's Fury. His paranoia is good, stalls so much time for the team. Push through, and Lemire losing that fight. Minotaur.
Oh,
The trades are coming through. Showstopper invested.
there you go.
Connects onto Roar. And it's 6 points on the board for NOBEAT.
6-4. These eggs is their last chance to even up the scoreline, but it's not the easiest of tasks, is it? I mean, after that timeout, they pulled the same thing that they did. I believe it was in the pistol. But instead of a breach flash, they used a sky flash. Fortunately, it's the second time they pull it out, so Nicki's eggs or Shadow, so NOBEAT, they were expecting that.
Let's make some chaos.
So Honey Pam, unable to get away scot-free, traded out. Even though they pulled that one strat, NOBEAT still was able to win the round because of the trade.
But this time, though, look where Honey is.
Again. No, not a shorty this time. Trailblazer comes out and wow. Jig is up. They know. They were unable to punish anyone with that wine play again. And A-side getting swarmed by the players of NOBEAT. A little bit of info being bought from the shadows. Again, they're gonna get the spike down here in the site. A-side, that is. Flash is beautiful, beautiful swing as well. Santiago to dodge it. Honey Pam in a bit of trouble. Cloud Burst ain't gonna save her this time. What is that? That's back to the face as Burner goes down, and that is the Hunter's Fury as a supplement. Bye-bye, it's taken down by Santiago. That's okay, NOBEAT still secured the round. They're one away.
You can see once they noted this aggression coming through from Catwalk here, the players who were pushing out of A from NOBEAT, they pinch Nicki's eggs from both sides and they're unable to deal with it at all. And this is the last shot that Nicki's eggs have on his defending half. It is a full buy round for both teams, so there is potential for them to be able to win it out with Honey going aggressive once again. All these smokes is obscuring so much vision from the side of NOBEAT. They are unable to trade it out at all. Honey still looking for more. Unfortunately, he's gonna fall to bye-bye. But the spike's in control of Nicki's eggs. So much so that it's one more with her. Bye-bye, trying to even the numbers back down once again. With the satchel.
Spike's here.
Paint shells to deny the space.
I have the spike.
And the spike retrieved for them. Minji though wants to go aggressive. Picks up the kill onto bye-bye. Last one left alive. Bankai good for one. Still doable. 1v2 situation.
Nicki's eggs just unrelenting. They refused to let the spike go away for free. So they chip down NOBEAT to the last person here. Bantia's got no info, which is why she's approaching this from heaven.
30 seconds left.
And by now, she should be able to hear these footsteps coming in from mid. I'm not sure if she knows there's two people there, though. Press 1, and she doesn't even win the fight against Neon. Nicki's eggs, okay, at least they're able to take down one off the board from NOBEAT there. And you can see it right here, Grammy. If they win the fights in these scrappy moments, they're gonna win the round. But that's the thing. When you take the fight to NOBEAT, sometimes they win too. It's not really the most it's not the most consistent of strats, but if Hani can get the kills like that and get the man advantage, these eggs can find that success.
Definitely agree with you. And now that they are on the attacking side, they're able to set the tempo here. And it seems like both these teams, they really love fighting for this mid control, which is
Here.
really important to have on a map like Ascent. Because you get so much information, you're able to kind of rotate, and you're able to go to both sides. Bye seems to want to challenge the smoke here, but the rest of the team from Nicky's Eggs are trying to make their way up into tree. Minotaur expecting this though. Santiago is there as well for the follow-up. The guiding light comes through, but Vermeer still gets spotted out. Takes Secret down. Nien good for one with that nano summer. Bankai is there for the trade. These things, the dust settles. Down to the 2v3. Santiago, she's aware the players lurking up mid.
How's the Kisei going to recover from this? Trailblazer, shock dart, Minji finds one. Nice distraction play there.
Scanning ahead.
And Santiago trying to hold the line in tree.
Oh, no.
Successfully so. 1 HP left.
30 seconds left. Spike
Should be an
planted.
easy post plant here against Vermeer. Kai. Okay, that's how it's done. Jumps into the swing, into the air strafe. That's 8-5 in favor of NOBEAT. Another pistol round for the books.
NOBEAT. As you mentioned before, Datum, they're really good at winning out their pistol rounds, and that just means that the second round, they're able to buy up, they're able to gain this gun advantage over Nicky's Eggs, which makes Nicky's Eggs' job so much harder. Look at this again. Minji just peeking right before the dark cover materializes. Gets taken out. It seems though, Nicky's Eggs want to go in for this force buy.
Yeah, they do. Don't want to
They
risk.
didn't get the spike plant down.
Well, still have enough for Stingers and Spectre, so willing to still risk it. Much slower approach this time. And this is the hard part when you don't really have that Sova or Fade. You don't have that hard info. You have to rely on a Trailblazer, and after the fact, that's it. Line comes out. Stinger gets shut down by Bankai X. Now Bye is up close and personal to their faces against the dark covers. Minotaur finds Kim Minji. And Spike, not even in sight yet. All of that achieves basically nothing because they can't even get the Spike down here, Grim.
And both these players trapped just behind this dark cover. So many people looking at it, and this guiding light doesn't even catch Bankai off. They have no choice to try and take the fight somewhere else, but this is already being expected by the side of Nobi. Look at Secret, she's
30
pushing
seconds
up
left.
towards mid to keep these players of Nicky's Eggs trapped in B main.
Last player
They
standing.
have to make a play, but
Spike
unfortunately,
down B.
The swing.
Bankai just doesn't stop. When she feels it, she feels it. And she's just gonna go in. Look at this. Look at just how deep Bye were.
Last player
Weren't
standing.
expecting that because they already spotted up the two players. And then Bye jumped in from market right outside the dark cover. 9-5, no beat. Certainly making Nicky's Eggs work for each and every round. First two
as you mentioned,
pistols.
they don't really have like an info gathering
Yeah.
initiator
Yeah.
in the form of like Sovar or Fade or maybe even a KO, which could potentially shut down the Killjoy utility on the opposite side of the map right there for Hani to try and make it onto site. Unfortunately, they won't have the luxury. It's so much harder for Hani to try and go for these entry frags, especially since Nobi, they already want to take the fight to them. Bankai wins the first. Secret good for the trade. Dismisses back to safety as well. And NOBEAT, they win out this fight down A main.
3v4. NOBEAT again. Dealing as much damage as they could. Gotta remember though, Nicky's Eggs, they went for a force buy, so this round looking well, not too good to say the least in terms of eco. Dark covers come out. Execute not yet. I was just waiting for a little bit of info. Aftershock comes out, buys himself a ton of space. Secret already makes her way into the site though. Terrorizes everyone in front of her, and the run and gun right click secures the 4K and secures the 10th round here for NOBEAT. 2 rounds away from match point again.
This aggression coming in from the side of NOBEAT.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Somewhat expected from Nicky's Eggs, but unfortunately, Lesser Guns just unable to deal with this, and the timeout once again. From the side of Nicky's Eggs, they have to find a way to deal with these plays that NOBEAT have been making. You see, they switch up their plays a couple of times. When you see them have stronger guns, they'll tend to play back on the site itself and wait for Nicky's Eggs to push into them. But once in a while, they switch up the tempo, they push the issue, as you saw in A main just now, and gain the upper hand right off the bat. Nicky's Eggs, they have to find a way to read when this aggression will come through from NOBEAT.
That's the thing, right? It's really, really hard. Especially with each and every adjustment that they make after every round. Timeouts early in the second half here, but they have no choice. Nicky's Eggs lost the pistol. And they're playing against double digits.
Here.
They've got to deny getting match point early here for NOBEAT. Otherwise, they're going to get stuck here at 5. Now's their best chance, actually. NOBEAT scrambled by. A couple of Spectres. A couple of Vandals too, but should have the upper hand here still theoretically. Bye-bye in a 1v1 with the turret. Okay, successfully winning that one with Bankai's help. 2v1 actually. Trailblazer gets blinded.
Shadows traveling.
On his spots out one player. And look, it's just a struggle to even get into key areas of the map. Because they don't really have any info.
Cover going out.
It's true, but it seems like they might want to make a play down in mid here. Bye-bye. Somewhat of an unexpected position, and this Owl Drone trying to clear out this B site. Just waiting for the execute. The smoke comes down, the dark cover comes through. Paint shells as well. Nanoswarm popped. Damage.
30 seconds left.
Got on the side of Nicky's Eggs, but they're the ones who are winning the fights. Bankai though does pick up one in the form of Minji. Santiago good for one as well, but they still have yet to clear the side. Minotaur, she's still on side, and with 12 seconds left on the clock, Nien has to go big roar as well. Oh no!
Oh no.
Spike down B.
32. Time ticking away. And Nicky's Eggs haven't got the spike down. Minotaur's just playing with her. Task completed. And he even gets the kill. Upgrade 2. It can't get any worse for Nicky's Eggs. That was so close. He's still so far away.
10 seconds left.
Such a good attempt too. Came down to the wire. Both of them ran out of bullets there. But NOBEAT still securing the round means they get the guns. And they're one away. They're at hand's reach of that win, of that title. They're moments away from securing match point for now. But that is still Nicky's Eggs we're talking about here. Maybe about a scattered by, still have some fight left in them. Secret
Roar almost gets
isolates.
thrown out.
Yeah. And look at the discipline as well from NOBEAT. Despite the fact that they saw more than 2 people there, they don't rotate into A. Except, oh, they have a flank in mid. If Nicky's eggs try and contest this mid position, or perhaps even go into cat where they're picking right now, this could prove to be very deadly.
Definitely so. This crossfire being set up by Bye Bye. And catwalk. The players set up in catwalk. This is so much information for the side of NOBEAT. They know that Nicky's eggs, they're just trapped.
I've got your trail.
This A position, they have no choice but to push forward off the back of the Seekers as well as the Trailblazer. Honey
You should
wants to
run.
go aggressive. This lockdown invested as well. Secret still playing on the side. Gets flashed up, doesn't matter. The tailwind is good. But Secret on the side, good for 2. They are able to retrieve a couple of rifles here though. The spike plant is gonna go down. Now it's time for the post plant, but Bye Bye.
Oh, nice swing there. Spike already gone down, so Nicky's eggs is just one of the farthest they've come in these attack rounds. Paint shells chucked, and there's nowhere for Minji to go. Not like that.
Thanks.
NOBEAT secure match point with a paint shells into hell.
30
And
seconds
like I
left.
said, Nicky's eggs, if they haven't got that one pivotal round 2 rounds ago, they'd be stuck at 5, and here we are.
One enemy
Match
remaining.
point. No more timeouts available for them. Do they even have the guns? At least they do. That's the silver lining. 2 ults as well, but no big ones at that. The closest one they have is Rolling Thunder, which is 2 orbs away.
This time around, I set the sights towards mid, but Bye Bye is already pushing up so aggressively. They might not be aware of this.
Okay, there you go.
Vermeer wins out the fight. Santiago unable to trade as the rest of the players of Nicky's eggs, they run it down mid. So much pressure coming down. This hour draw to try and garner information might be too little too late. Because all these players are already making their way towards B, pinching in Bankai from both sides. She's still able to win out the fight onto Nian.
4v4. Roach Roar finds Santiago. Nicky's eggs. Okay. Find themselves stuck a little bit in logs there, but at least they make their way out of it. Minotaur's still in sight though. Oh, it finds one. The nano.
Last player standing.
Beautifully done. Oh, botches the shots though. That's the round there for Nicky's eggs with 3 people left standing. So Eco looking pretty good after that. And this is the most crucial kill, I believe. Bye Bye going down there. Got them Movando
Last player
and
standing.
got them the confidence to look the fight. Get themselves into the site. Oh, but immediate timeout for NOBEAT. They want to end this right now.
That's true, and with Killjoy lockdown as well as the Hunter Sphere online, this retake could look deadly for the side of Nicky's eggs if they choose to invest the Rolling Thunder for the site take. And with their backs against the wall, Nicky's eggs, they have to find a way to deal with this utility that NOBEAT have.
This is, in hindsight, actually, this is a good timeout for Nicky's eggs as well. Just try to relieve some of that pressure off the players. Just take a breather. Even if they... I'm not sure about the rules here of the timeout, but even if they are unable to talk here in this timeout, if they aren't, they could still like take a second to relax and breathe for a second. I know I repeated so many words there, but you get my point. Still a good thing for both squads here, that timeout, but NOBEAT, they gotta be planning something off of that. They got the lockdown and the Hunter's Fury. Bye-byes. 1 orb away from the showstopper too.
Here.
And they're pulling back their defense here. Gearing up for what seems like a quick rotate in case a little bit of info is given away. early dark cover investment as well on both mid and A main. That slows down the push from Nikki's eggs by a ton. Still no info being garnered by NOBEAT here at all, but Nikki's eggs, same as could be said for them. As they start and gear up for this A split, it seems like.
Here.
Oh no, there's this hole. There's smoke. I don't think they'll be expecting this, but Ro is the one who wins it out. Bankai though tried to trade it out for a team. Minji wins that fight. The only one left on side is gonna be Secret, who gets taken out by Minji. And suddenly the tides have turned. Numbers advantage given over to the hands of Nikki's eggs, as they have to go in for this retake.
Nice execute there. Oh, Bird doesn't spot out info from Bye Bye. There's a flank. Bye Bye not ready for it. She might get taken down.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, she still finds a kill. The paint shells. What? Okay, Nikki's eggs managed to pull through. And this is the round that NOBEAT starts to feel that bank pressure. Are they gonna save here?
One enemy remaining.
The safer bet would be to do so, but could also just force buy and then rush, which is definitely something that NOBEAT could do, or they could just half buy and rush.
Here.
I mean, they have the showstopper
That's true. They have 4 ults.
for
4 big ults.
yeah.
Okay.
That fight looked dangerous from the side of Amir for a second, but he's able to win it out. His crossfire though cleared out by the on the left. Minotaur unable to go for the trade. Unfortunately for her. Once again, Nikki's eggs, they have the upper hand in this round.
Oof. They're going for the execute, NOBEAT. Well, remember, they don't really have much weaponry, so Nikki's eggs from the get-go had a massive advantage here. And the area that which NOBEAT seems to struggle keeping control of is tree. Always getting flanked, always getting pushed like that. Secret coming in from behind though, somehow finding a kill. And a second of that, can dismiss the safety. Oh,
One enemy
doesn't
remaining.
need to! Still full HP, she's dodging bullets like the Matrix, and now it's all down to Neon. Lockdown is there too. This could be it here, Grammy. No beats are doing it. And Secret, just a Spectre is enough against Hellfire. She wins it all for NOBEAT, and that is it. They're gonna be your champions of Game Changers April Academy. Wow,
What a play. What a play from Secret right there.
I know.
She just went huge. 4 big kills in a span of like what, 15 seconds. Just as the spike went down, and she's able to win it out for a team, top of the scoreboard as well, with 299 ACS to a name.
I think this is the biggest performance we've seen from Secret. Turning up at the last moment at the Grand Finals, no less. And gotta give credit where credit's due. Bankai, bye-bye. A ton of consistency on between these two players. No matter what agents you put them on. And that's just it, right, Grammy? You can put them on any agent, it feels like. Bankai sometimes playing that duelist even. What
I
a
mean,
performance. Yeah, what a performance.
NOBEAT, they just completed like their Cinderella run in
That
a
is
sense.
true. That
Got
is true.
knocked down to the lower bracket by
Early.
none other than Krazy Gurls themselves, and fought their way all the way to the lower bracket finals, met back up with Krazy Gurls, defeated them to go advance into the grand finals, and beating out Nikki's eggs in the best of 3.
Mm.
What a run from NOBEAT.
Yeah, and they've been playing games after games after games where they were backed up against the wall after getting defeated by Krazy Girls yesterday, right? I mean, every single team that they faced off yesterday after getting beat by Krazy Girls. They could have taken them down, but they just refused to do so. You talk about Astro and Oriole and Krazy Girls again facing off against them earlier. Each and every one of those teams could have taken them down, but now that they've taken the grand final slots, they're not gonna stop there, are they? They're just gonna continue on their rampage. They take out the undefeated Nikki's Eggs. What's a show from both squads, but NOBEAT just emerging victorious. And congratulations to them. They're gonna be your champions for the Game Changers Academy this April. But Nikki's Eggs, they're still second place. Not too bad of a run for them. I mean, they walk off with just two map losses this entire tournament, which is very, very impressive here on their side. And the future is bright. Definitely, the future is bright for all of the players in this lobby. I honestly wasn't thinking this entire time that everyone is flat and below here, because everyone is performing absolutely fantastically here. And the future is bright in terms of competitive play for the talents that we have in our lobby right now.
That is definitely true, and I definitely look to the future for these players. I'm excited to see them perform once again in future events and maybe make their way into the main circuit of Game Changers itself. But for now, we're gonna end it here. This has been Grammy and Datum casting for Valorant Game Changers Academy April. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Thank you.